Welcome to the TruGolf Academy. You've joined me, Jon Watts, today in my swing studio. Today's video is going to give you a really simple drill that you can do at home to shallow your downswing while maintaining posture. Stay tuned to find out more. As mentioned, today's video is all going to be about how to shallow your downswing with an at-home exercise. Really simple drill, but also make sure you maintain posture. And the importance of that is, I get a lot of golfers, let's just quickly talk about what shallowing the downswing is in case anyone's new into this. So what we see with the majority of elite golfers is their backswing is on one line and their downswing comes down slightly underneath that line. We don't, of course, mind up and down on the same line, but what we tend to see with a lot of amateur golfers is a steepening of the shafts. They're going back on one line, but they're coming down on a more vertical plane over here. And that can cause some impact issues, a lack of speed. It can really affect the ball flight, of course, that we're hitting as well. So we would prefer the club to be shallowing and then that transition in that first move, but we want to make sure we maintain posture. Because what I get a lot of golfers trying to do is they're aware the club probably wants to be moving a little bit this way, but as they're doing it, their backside is moving forwards, they're early extending, they're coming up and out of posture. Often we see this trail heel rising early, so they shallow the downswing, but they do it by changing their body movement. We see that a lot with especially young golfers, junior golfers, who initially aren't perhaps strong enough to maintain their posture and get into these positions. They tend to lose their posture here. They get the club behind them, swing way into out, and they can hit it quite a long way from there, but they'll tend to rely on this big right to left draw or hook for a right-handed golfer, which initially is okay until they get to a certain age where you've really perhaps got to start to work on that method to straighten up their ball flight and get a little bit more reliable. So we want to be able to shallow the downswing in that first movement, but we really want to make sure that we are maintaining posture. What we see, and I have mentioned this before in quite a few videos, with the elite golfers, is their spine angle starts at 45 degrees, and actually at impact, they're moving towards 35. What we see with many amateurs is they're starting at 45, but as they're moving into impact, their spine is rising perhaps closer to 75 degrees. So if we can maintain posture or even increase posture from our pelvis, that is fine. We don't want to be sinking down with our knees. While shallowing the club, that would be the ideal. So the simple at-home exercise I've got for you is just going to be using a ball behind your backside. So I've got a small gym ball, sit-up core ball here, but it could be a medicine ball, it could be a cheap football. If you're closer to the wall, all I'm going to say is use a shorter shaft length or grip a little bit further down the handle. So what we're going to have is, I'm going to take a golf ball with me as well, because it's really important to be focusing on something. It doesn't need to be a golf ball, but just something so we're not watching the club go back. So you'll see a closer up view of this as well, but what I'm going to be doing here is placing this gym ball behind my backside, only allowing enough pressure so I'm keeping it in place, not squashing it backwards too much. I'm going to put a ball out for me to look at, and I'm going to hold the club the wrong way round. So you'll have seen me perhaps do some of these exercises before, but this is combining the two, maintaining posture and shallowing that club. We're going to grip the club the wrong way around just because we don't want to smash the metal end of our golf club into the wall behind us. If you are doing it in an indoor wall, I would suggest putting a white sports sock over the end of the grip, because a black rubber grip on a white magnolia wall or whatever it might be is definitely going to leave some marks. So sock over the end of the club, and you're going to be dragging the club down the wall. But we're going to make sure we keep our bum back and feel like we keep our head over the ball. So we're going to keep our focus here, not allowing my body to straighten, move away from it, which is why it's important to have something to focus on here. So we're going to slowly move into the backswing position, and I don't mind the club being off the wall here. But what I'm going to try and do on the downswing is get that club running down the wall, if possible keeping this angle between my lead arm and the club shaft, so I don't want to lose that angle here. I'm trying to maintain this lag. get this club shallowing by coming down the wall, but I'm maintaining posture. So I'm keeping my head in the same position and I'm keeping my backside against this gym ball. So that's the move I'm really looking for. So nice slow rehearsals. I'm off the wall, touch the wall, keep my bum back and keep my head in position. Wind into impact. As I turn my hips back, it would be for me as a right-handed golfer, it's my right hip now pushing into the ball. As I start my downswing, it's both bum cheeks. And as I move into impact, it's my left side. So my hips are rotating, which is what I definitely want to do. You could do this same drill with a chair against your backside, ideally something that spins, ideally something that moves. So a swivel chair or a kitchen stool, something like that works really well. And you could even do it with your golf bag, if you had a stand bag in front of you, and just use a bit of pipe tubing, pipe lagging, sticking out your golf bag against your head. You do look a bit of a wally doing it, but if you're doing it at home, it doesn't matter. And then you've really got head contact as well as backside contact. So that works really well. That I get a lot of my pupils doing. But let me go through this one more time. So backswing, it's my right bum cheek pushing against the gym ball. Shallow the club, keeping that angle in my lead wrist. It's both bum cheeks against the ball. Now the club has got to come off the wall as I start to rotate, and it's now my left bum cheek pushing into the ball. I'm keeping my head pretty much centered over the ball. I don't want a big lateral movement with my upper body. I'm finding that my hips are rotating, the club is shallowing, but my head is staying roughly in the same spot. So that exercise with the gym ball behind is perfect for this. Once you've got that feeling, then go ahead and hit some, trying to get the same sensation. Maybe just starting with some slower swings, but really trying to get that feeling of allowing the club to shallow, but maintaining posture, which is the really crucial part here. It will take a lot of ingraining that exercise at home, but it's a really simple one just to do, perhaps in your living room or wherever you've got space. So I'm just going to hit a nice easy one first. Just trying to get the feeling of allowing my arms to shallow, but I feel like I'm pushing. I can almost still feel that gym ball, feel like I'm pushing my backside back against the wall. So I'm not too worried about the strike. I'm just going to go and hit a real easy swing. Just trying to get that feeling of allowing the club to shallow, but importantly, maintaining or even increasing posture. So again, not worried about the distance or the ball flight. I'm hitting a 7-iron there. Once I've done some slower ones, maybe with an airflow ball or do them with broken down swings, so stopping in different positions. So we could easily do a stop in this position. I've shallowed the club, I've maintained posture, and then a little pump drill just to get that sensation. And then of course we can put them into full swings, but it's not going to get there straight away. We do need to do a lot of these drills, a lot of these exercises to make sure that we're maintaining posture. Let me just go ahead and hit one full one, see if I can hit that green. I think I've put it out there about 170. I've got a 7-iron in my hand. Ooh, might hang on to the left edge of the green. Felt pretty solid. Just about. Got the right distance, 169. Just on the left edge of the green, but really got that sensation of trying to get that club shallowing while maintaining posture, which is really going to help you if you've been a fader, slicer, someone swinging out to win, and you're trying to change that path, but the strike is getting worse and worse. If we are getting this extension movement here, we're quite likely to miss the center of the golf club. If our backside was going forwards and our head didn't compensate, we'd hit out the heel. What most people do is their backside moves forwards, their head moves back, and we're likely to hit out the toe. So you almost could hit either, but it's very difficult to find the center of the golf club. I know that exercise is really going to help. It will take a lot of repetition. It will take some real ingraining, but it's an easy one to do at home. I hope that video helps. If it does and you enjoyed the content, give us a thumbs up. And make sure you subscribe to the channel. It is for free and new content every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 5:30. Thanks guys, we'll see you soon.